Hey, what's up? Here's a quick video on my channel because I haven't done anything for a while. Today's November 1st. I wouldn't say it's the first day of winter, but Michigan decided otherwise. Outside, we got some snow. It was all melted yesterday. We had some snow, a couple inches in the last couple weeks, but last night we got some more. So I think winter's here to stay till, who knows. As you can see above me, I got my garage all insulated here, a little bit more back here. Mounted up a couple electric wall heaters. So those are nice. Those are kicking on right now. They got little remote controls. One over there too. And then I got a little floor fan kind of circulating stuff. Maybe do a ceiling fan. This thing right here is going to be my attic access, but I just put that up for the time being because I wanted to get the insulation done and actually work on some trucks. So you might not know, the F-150 sold it. Figured I have a maybe 50-foot driveway now. I don't need a plow truck. It was a nice truck. Would have been a nice cruising truck, but as you guys know, Fords aren't really my thing. And I freed up some cash to do other projects, which we're going to get into today. This is my 1984, 85 GMC. Oh, there's the build code. Either way, it's the 80 square body. Been sitting in the yard. I believe I did a video on it. 305 quadra barrel, sweet setup. Carburetor actually looks pretty new compared to the normal quadra barrel junk carburetors that are on these. Plus this thing has some headers on it. I did throw a starter in it and a battery, did some wiring on it just to get it fired up, gave it a quick oil change. It runs. Open headers are very loud. Ran into some transmission leaking issues, but as you can see, it's missing a inner fender well, and it's got cancer all over the place, but it is a 84 GMC high country. Cracked windshield. Rear end is going to need some work. Got the actual diff in the back, some spare tires. Had this thing pushed in the garage yesterday because I'm going to start working on it. So, get you up to date on what I did so far. I'll grab some light here. Basically, I went through and pulled out the seat's sitting over there. Vacuumed it up because just like anything, these things are just always disgusting. Cleaned it up a little bit, got down to the floor plans, pulled the plastic crap off the floor and the little insulation, and find out how bad it actually is, and boom. We got no floor. Support, solid. Frame is solid. Took the hammer to it, tapped on it all around. There's no soft spots. So it's basically just cosmetic. Floor pans, inner outer rockers. I'm going to have to do something into this A-pillar down there. See what kind of pans that they have. But it is really just typical of these. I'm going to have to pull all that out and get up to the seam because I think that's about where it looks like it's starting to rust and get away. Tie into there somehow. I've never done floor pans. I'm going to be happy to. Just like on most of them, usually right here about where the fuel tank sits seems to be okay, but you never know until you really get into it. I got a little bit more disassembling to do on this little soundproofing thing in the back here. Cab corners are, of course, weight reducted. Box is very much weight reducted. It's a rough truck, very rough. So doors are gone. So a couple reasons why I picked this thing up. First, it was cheap. It was 150 bucks. Some of the parts I can get off of it, I can get my money back on it. Had to get a new steering column key and ignition switch, so learned how to do that and got everything assembled, put back together. Blinkers work, horn works, everything fine. First time I ever cracked into a steering wheel and a column like that, so that was a good learning experience and good to know. But again, getting back to why I bought this truck is as rough shape as it is. Basically, the frame is solid on it. Panels for it are absolutely dirt cheap. It's got a new radiator in it, and it's got a 305 that has, I don't know, odometer said, I think 153,000, maybe, something like that. 155, 525. So it's got a little bit of life left on it. There's a lot of things you can do. Parts are relatively inexpensive for it. My overall goal is I'm not going to stick with this, but it was more to pull a motor out and pull a motor apart with the kids, because I've never pulled a motor apart and I know they haven't, and it's a good learning experience, and why not for 150 bucks. Same goes for working on a heavily rusted out floor pan project truck. I have never done anything this extent in all my body work that I've done. So I just want to dig into it and get to know the ins and outs of what makes a truck a truck. So with that being said, yeah, I got some plans for it. I'm probably going to LS swap it because LS swaps are dirt cheap. Facebook Marketplace, you can find them all day long for anywhere between $400 and $900 with a full wire harness, everything else. At some point, I am gonna LS swap the Impala, but I want to see how well it goes in this first. That might get something bigger. It might get the 6.0, 6.2, 8.2. I don't know, but just all depends on how this goes. Price, cost. I'm probably just going to stick with a baseline 5.3 for it and the Impala. Impala might get a turbocharger, you know, add a couple pounds of boost to a stock 5.3 with the stock bottom. You can make 4 or 5, even 600 horsepower before you really need to get in there, with a cam and whatnot. But all more things to come, all things I want to do and explore. And yeah, I'm gonna get into it and start with this. So today, I mentioned I got the interior all yanked apart. Today my project is I'm gonna pull the hood off, pull the front clip off, just get into it. It's still kind of thawing out from the snow that we had last couple weeks and getting in the garage and warming up. Clean up because I made kind of a mess yesterday and I don't like working on a dirty garage floor, and that's all I have. Maybe go out and get some other tools that I'm going to need, but want to get this front clip off, see how bad it is, get some parts on order. I know I'm going to need inner fender. I guarantee the outer fenders, I might be able to do some repair on that, but it's heavily rusted and just kind of flopping. So who knows? I don't know if I'm going to do like a sleeper and keep it this kind of like junky truck looking thing, and then you pop the hood and it's just beautiful in here. I've seen a couple recent trucks like that. Kicked around the idea. This one is 4-wheel drive, of deleting 4-wheel drive and just making it a 2-wheel drive. Playing around with 4-wheel drive, transfer case. It's got the 700R4 in it, so who knows? I'll get into it and see what I can come up with, and I will post updates as I can. Appreciate you watching, and tune in for more content later.